Herod was livid when he heard that the mysterious wise men had escaped his clutches. Which way had they gone? His spies galloped all the roads, down through Jericho and across the plains of Transjordania, up through the northeastern provinces, through Samaria and the two Galilees, and on through Syria to the distant east. Which way? Outriders with spears were charged to bring back the wise men, but they came home empty-handed. It was then that the fears of Herod broke like an explosion in his soul. He was lost in a demoniacal panic. "In spite of hell, I will find this miraculous child," he cried. That was the one frenzied thought that battered around in his brain. The one clue he had was that the child was supposed to be in Bethlehem. But crowded Bethlehem was full of babies. How to find the right one? A horrible notion occurred to him, and for a cautious instant, even Herod hesitated. No, he would better not try that idea. After all, he had already been rebuked 7 times by Rome for his cruelties. In the old days, Rome had never been afraid of cruelty, but now, apparently, there were limits under this peaceful-minded Augustus. The one thing the dun-skinned Herod cared for was his throne. Because the child was a menace to his reign, he meant to get rid of it. But he must act carefully. Or must he? Was he king of Judea or was he not? "I have always been strong, and now what does it matter? I am an old man," he thought. "Soon I shall die. No, I have a long time to live yet," he thought. "I will be sitting on my throne when this upstart child has a beard. No, I am not going to die soon. I must get rid of this child. He must never live to grow a beard." His face blanched at his own scheme, but terror smoked again in his brain, and fright was roaring in his ears. A queasy turn of his stomach set him trembling and sweating with weakness. He clapped red palms together. When his captains came, he spoke to them crisply, briefly, firmly, his right finger scratching at the poniard in his belt. It was his last resort, but it had to be. If it had to be, it had to be. "Do all as I have told you," he told them. Those captains had to go out of the palace and lead troops to Bethlehem to do his atrocious bidding. They surrounded the city, occupied the streets, rushed into the houses with drawn short swords and uplifted spears. By the order of the king, they cut to death every baby boy in the town. Not one of those holy innocents was spared, only the infant Jesus. And that was so only because Joseph and Mary and Jesus obeyed the messenger and had already left behind them the city of this massacre. They had bade fond farewells to Anna and Jehoiakim. Then Joseph put mother and child on the donkey's back, their precious goods, the gifts of the Magi, bundled and tied to the sides of the little beast. Staff in one hand, Joseph seized the donkey's reins with the other, and in the middle of the dark, the family started out from Bethlehem. Before them lay the Sinai desert, where for 40 years their ancestors had wandered after the escape from Pharaoh. They were taking the road back to Egypt.